Alrighty guys, we're back for High Noon Control, and this is an Outlaws of Thunder Junction standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. We have all 4 copies of High Noon. This is a 2-mana enchantment. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Okay, that's interesting. It also has this bottom ability for 4 and a red. Sacrifice High Noon. It deals 5 damage to any target. Okay, you know I like that ability being on there. And you know what I want to pair with this? City on Fire. Making the cut as a 2 of here on the top end. It is an 8 mana enchantment. It has Convoke luckily, so our creatures can help cast this spell. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage instead. So yeah, if you throw a High Noon at the opponent's face while City on Fire is on the board, that's 15 damage. So City on Fire can kind of be considered like our main win condition in here, even though it's kind of like a combo piece as well. A whole bunch of ways to go wide to help get City on Fire on the board well before the opponent wants it on the board, like Burn Down the House being our choice. Board wipe here, because when you're not wiping the board, you're very happy to get 3 devils down. And then also when the devils die too, of course they deal 1 damage to any target, which again, paired with that City on Fire becomes super deadly. Anything going wide though, honestly, pairs really nicely with City on Fire. More ways to go wide in here. We got Stensia's Uprising making the cut as a 1 of. That'll be interesting. All 4 wedding announcements. Yep, I do think it's going to be that good. And it's kind of like one of our main ways to restock our hand too, if we are swinging in with a couple creatures. Another way to restock our hand though, we do have the Tocasia's Welcome too as a 2 of. It's going to be pretty important in here, and I think it's going to be really easy to draw on our turn as well as the opponent's turn, because yeah, we do have a bunch of flash creatures packed in as well. So Resolute Reinforcements making the cut as a 3 of. Also just like another way to go wide for the Convoke on the City on Fire, but then also being able to do something on our turn while holding open like a flash creature for the opponent's turn too, and try to just like outpace the opponent that way while High Noon is on the board. Do have some instant speed things as well. We have 3 Lightning Helix as our main spot removal, mainly because it can hit the opponent's face too. And since like that City on Fire is like I said, kind of the main win condition, wouldn't be a bad thing to hit the opponent's face for a 9 damage Lightning Helix. Also, the life gain goes a long way too. Speaking of life gain and flash, we have Holy Cow making the cut as a 2 of. So 3 mana, 2/2 flash flyer. When it ETBs, you gain 2 life and scry 1. Okay, you know what this is a little bit worse than? Flanker here. Kutzil's Flanker, making the cut as a 1 of. So why 1 of these but 2 Holy Cows? I'm actually just, I just like the flying on Holy Cow. I think there's going to be so many moments where we're going to need to chump block in the air. So yeah, I'm just prioritizing Holy Cow over like the Flanker's utility. Although I do think Flanker's still going to be worth it in here. That's why I still have 1 instead of just like 3 Holy Cows. Also fitting that whole flash theme, we got a couple Wandering Emperors making the cut, of course. The more early removal here with March of the Otherworldly Light. It doesn't have to be early removal, but it kind of sort of counts as early, you know what I mean? Another board wipe with Final Showdown too. That spree's going to be wild. Okay guys, the mana base. We have a whole bunch of dual lands packed in, including a couple deserts, because when they ETB, they deal 1 damage to target opponent. I think that'll be pretty cool. If we like top deck a land in the late game and we just really needed to do some damage to the opponent, it would be 3 damage if you have that City on Fire on the board. So that's kind of neat. A couple Restless Bivouacs is noteworthy. Mirrex as well. A whole bunch of dual land, because I do think the deck is going to be pretty greedy when it comes to the lands. A couple Crucible of Defiance and a Seed of the Empire also noteworthy. No honorable mentions this time. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of different ways we could put this exact list together with a whole bunch of different cards too. So either way, guys, let's go ahead, save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? Dude, I have no idea. I'll tell you what, High Noon looks like it's going to be really great against like Mono Red and Boros and everything else that just likes to dump its hand onto the board. Okay, 2 welcomes, March, Virtue. Oh, I didn't go over my 1 Virtue in the build. Yeah, we have 1 Virtue of Loyalty as well because of that instant speed. I don't know about this hand, man, but I'm gonna keep it. You know, it's the first hand of the evening. We gotta start somewhere. Oh crap, Kamano. Turn 1 Kamano is not great news, man. Okay, we'll get Battlefield Forge down to have the March of the Otherworldly Light open, but I doubt we use it, but we could. We could X's 2 and get rid of a Welcome. Is that enough? Let's see if they go Wicked Roll. Yeah, that's probably good enough, right? X's 2. Welcome. Before the roll hits, we're taking 1. But then we're not taking 3 from the swing and the swing next turn too. I feel like that was actually pretty good, wasn't it? Now we have Virtue of Loyalty open too. To surprise block the Kamano maybe. Depends what they end up playing. Squee. Oh. Yeah, we surprise block the Squee then. Yeah, well, it's good news for us because they tapped out. This pain land is a little bit painful though, isn't it? Okay, Welcome can come down next turn. Restless Bivouac. Okay. Okay. Well, Mirrex can be our white source for the turn. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. We definitely slowed them down pretty good though, didn't we? With those first couple turns. That was pretty good. Godric, they got 6 on the board. Kamano, they got 8 on the board. All right. City on fire. Well, if we go Forge, we have Crucible for blockers. We might survive. We draw on their turn 2. Yeah, no. The double Welcome wasn't great, but luckily being able to use one for the March of the Otherworldly Light was pretty good there, wasn't it? Okay, let's see if they have another permanent to get that Godric in the air. All right, Crucible is able to chump block the Godric unless this is something else here. See that draw. Oh, it's going to be a Monstrous Rage. It's going to be Monstrous Rage. Bring the Godric into the air, and that is game for sure. Brutal stuff. Let's see what we ended up drawing. Oh, Seat of the Empire. That would have been perfect to take out the Godric. Well, Trample gets through, Air gets through anyway, so we'll just go ahead, double block there. GG Mono Red. If we went first, would we have had a chance? Against that lineup? Probably not, right? I think we would have had to mulligan, maybe find something else. Like, that's a perfect example. If we would have seen like a turn 2 high noon, I think that could have been a very different game, right? Oh yeah, totally. And we can see why all 4's packed in. We're constantly running up against mono red. It's like every other game, if not more sometimes, right? And some stuff that I'm counting as mono red when I say it is kind of like those the Gruul builds. We're seeing some teamer builds too, where I'm talking like the slick shot show off builds. I'm just kind of like grouping that all into the same category, even though I probably shouldn't be. Okay. Opponent goes first. I don't think this is any faster than the last hand. Not seeing our main card could be concerning. The question is, though, is this actually a mulligan? I don't really know. It's nice seeing all the mana. It's nice seeing, like, Sundown Pass here instead of just a couple Forges, because, like, the Forge did a considerable amount of damage to us last game. What, like 3 damage total, maybe? Okay, I think we'll keep this, and we'll go ahead and pause until the opponent shows up as well. Okay, the opponent has arrived. Let's go ahead, try this hand out for size. I love our horsey here. Oh, looks like they dropped a mulligan too. They went down to 6. Proving Ground comes down. There's our high noon. Very nice. All right. Sundown Pass without any issues here. Unless we wanted to keep like March open, but I want to keep my utility land in hand for now. Another Sundown Pass. No blue source over there, but they do have 4 sources of mana so far. It could be a 5-color deck easily. All right, High Noon, do the thing. Do the thing, buddy. Scary about playing with so many enchantments and whatnot is there is a lot of enchantment removal. Leyline Binding works too, huh? But no, like Terra Sunder still exists, right? And that could easily be in like a Jun style build. There's some others too. Who Endures, of course. Oh, we could try Welcome. Yeah, actually establishing the Welcome is probably pretty good. Okay, that did not get picked up by the Leyline Binding, so that's good news. I think we'd rather have Welcome in this matchup anyways. More land. I don't mind seeing it for now. This is mana value 3 or less. So I guess we just keep Flanker open, and we'll probably go for the Scry here too. It's a good thing we have utility land, huh? In other words, this hand would be looking a lot worse. Invasion of Zendikar. It's good ramp. Very good ramp. So yeah, we're going to go for the life gain and the Scry 2 on the Flanker, and then we also get the draw on the Welcome too, so all that should be terrific. It's been a hot second since we've seen 5-color domain, right? So gotta be prepared for when Atraxa hits the board. Oh, there's their blue source. All right. Let's do this. We want the Scry before the draw. Ooh, okay, yeah, no, we should send both of these. I like the Mirrex, though. But I think we send both of those. But yeah, we're not looking for land at this point. Stensia's Uprising. Dude, that could be huge. Ooh, City on Fire. Okay, okay. Well, they're tapped out right now. So Forge for sure, first of all. We got the swing with the Flanker. That's the beginning of end step. Just double checking there. But yeah, we'll swing for 3. Get the Uprising down. And we have the white source open for March. But March would be 0 because we don't have another white card in hand. Land off the draw from the Welcome. It's a really good setup of a couple enchantments here. Archangel. Maxed out Archangel. Gonna take out both of our creatures easy peasy. We go back up to 21. Okay. Another March of the Otherworldly Light. Target artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value X or less. So this is this would be X is 6 for the binding, so we still don't have that just yet. And since they took out both creatures, we also don't have City on Fire for the turn, which is... that definitely sucks, but we'll get the draw on Uprising, and we'll probably go X is 4 to take out Archangel. They're probably going to swing at the Zendikar. Okay. Is it okay for them to untap? I think so. Well, either way, I want to draw here off the Welcome. Oh, Reinforcements, huh? Okay. Okay, interesting. Because if we go Reinforcements and Crucible for the turn, we're getting a bunch of creatures down, and then City on Fire could easily drop. Easily get picked up by the binding, though. Atraxa. Alright. This is gonna be a problem, huh? Final Showdown would be good, but that's only a 1-of in here. And they're restocking their hand, too, which is kind of like the worst part of Atraxa. Not just the Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink, incredibly difficult creature to remove, right? Because Burn Down the House doesn't hit it, for example. So if they swing at the Invasion of Zendikar, and we just want to... We could let them flip that. I say we let them flip that. But we want to go for the draw first. Off the Welcome. Okay, Burn Down the House. Okay. Yeah, we'll take care of it then. We will use the Seat of the Empire for the turn. I think it was worth seeing what was there, because if we saw Final Showdown, we could let it go through and keep our utility land back. I think all that worked out quite nicely overall. Atraxa is a 7 mana card, so X would have to be 7 for March. Now, City on Fire. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me 1 second. Opponent, I am a thinking, buddy. So if we go burn down the house for devils, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 7. So we wouldn't have the 8. Well, we would if we go Crucible. But we'd be tapping down too. That would give them an entire turn of setup and finding removal. We're like super dead otherwise, right? Or if we don't risk it all here, dude, I'm going for it. Let's freaking do this, man. 3 devils. Oh, we get a draw too. That's good. Okay, so since we were getting the draw, we could have seen an untapped source off the welcome. So this was not an untapped source for the turn. We have 17 permanents for the Uprising. Dude, you know what would have been wild? If, oh wait, there wasn't a way to have 13. Wait a minute. Guys, hold on. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, okay. All I had to do was subtract the devils. Okay, so we would have had 14. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, we could have had 13. Did I just miss lethal? Wait, I'm missing something, bro. Hold up. And also, did they have a white source open over there? Crap, guys, I got to go back in the video and watch this. So if I didn't play the land, I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and they were at 21 last turn. Guys, I think I missed lethal damage last turn from throwing the Uprising, but when I go back and watch, if they had a white source open, then we didn't, right? Because they could have picked up the City on Fire regardless there. But yeah, no, that's very important. Like, you got to keep an eye on the Stensia's Uprising because that ability is very real, especially when paired with that. Yeah, I think I might have missed lethal damage, guys. Like I said, though, if they had that white source, then maybe not. Not 100% certain. 5, 6, 7. How come they didn't swing with the Traxa last turn? A little odd, right? Okay, we'll get the wedding announcement down. And like we're at the point of the game where it's only going to take a couple turns from the Atraxa anyways. They're just opting for more setup here, I suppose. So we want to rearrange, put well, I guess it doesn't matter which one comes out first. It's good practice to put the wedding announcement token though on top, or any of the token generation on top when you have the adventure thing is what I was getting at, but we don't have that on the board anyways. Third migration. So March takes out the tokens effectively, but March is like our only chance of hitting the binding. They swing in the air, swing on the ground. Let's start with the draw. And we could march into March to get back the City on Fire. Oh, very nice. Lightning Helix. So they're gaining 10 up to 40. Are we going to have 40 next turn? Very unlikely. 1, 2. Okay, so we'll take the 10 in the air. No, I'll just take all the damage. Yeah, at this point in the game too, it's kind of like it's do or die for like the last 4 turns, you know, ever since Atraxa hit the board. A bit more ramp. So the goal here is to march, get City on Fire back, and then try to figure out the 40 damage from there, which I don't think we'll have. But we might be able to hit the Atraxa first of all. Okay, untap source, that's good. We need to X's 6 for the march, bring back So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have 2 open for Lightning Helix. So the Lightning Helix, the Atraxa. They have second Atraxa ready to stock up. We full swing because all of these do 3 damage. Then what? We die next turn. We could wipe the board with the Burn Down the House. We could full wipe the board, Burn Down the House, and Lightning Helix. We go, I apologize, opponent, bro. This is melting my brain right now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Reopen if we get rid of that, like that. So if we submit 0, take this, we'll still have the 2 open. It's too bad we're 1 land short from having a full power Burn Down the House too. If we would have like exiled the March, for example. Oh, we could have exiled the Lightning Helix too then, right? I believe so. Yeah, we're gonna take the time, use the timeouts. We have 9 in the Helix. I suppose now's the time to do that. Go back up to 11. They have second Atraxa for next turn. 5 blockers on the ground. 3 in the air. Generating 1 at the end here. So we need 1 blocker back on the ground. They could easily find removal. Ah, whatever. Let's just full swing, man. This is going to be a Mathis for blockers turn. We don't have lethal on the board either way. And they're going to go for the blocks too. These are full trades, so they want to make sure to keep lethal back for their swing as well. I think this was heavily leaning towards the opponent, and I'm pretty sure I missed lethal anyway. So at that point, it is what it is. Kind of a mess of a match. I apologize, guys. They do go for the full block, so they no longer have lethal on the board. We have another 3 damage here too. So unfortunately, both of these are pretty chunky. Gonna hit face. And we have Uprising. So we do have the blocker on the ground, but like, yeah, if they could have taken much more there since they gained so much life throughout the game. Okay, so a few things. We could have dropped a full power Burn Down the House if we exiled the Lightning Helix and the March to the first March. That would have been 4 already. Then we would have just paid the extra 3 here, and we would have had, what, 6 mana open then? Right? So we would have gotten City on Fire back, then dropped to the Burn Down the House for 15 damage to all creatures. Who endures? Breaks my heart, man. All right, let's take that action. And we will grab we'll grab the final red source. Why not? We have everything we need on the board, so, oh. Except I could have grabbed an untapped white source if we wanted to have the March open, but that's okay. We wouldn't have wanted to exile the Holy Cow anyways, I would say. Yeah, that swing from last turn was kind of me saying, like, okay, like the game's gone on for long enough, like let's hop into the next one type of thing, but I guess we got a little lucky here. So we'll go ahead and take this damage. They flip the other Invasion of Zendikar. Angel of Wrath. Nissa up the beanstalk. Go for the throat available too. Herd Migration. Yeah, after the first Atraxa, I'm really excited to go back into the video and see when I missed the Stensia Uprising lethal. Hopefully I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did, you know? Gonna take out a couple of our 1/1s here. Okay. Reinforcements. Ooh, more ways to go wide and draw. I'm down. So we'll play the land for the turn. We do have removal for the Atraxa. Burn Down the House hits everything except for Atraxa. Maybe... Wedding Announcement, Uprising. Okay. It's probably Burn Down the House. Unfortunately, we don't... Well, I guess we'd start with the draw then, right? We draw on our turn to see if we see something else. Okay, Vantage. So it just happened to be land then. Well, at that point, too. I do kind of want this match to be over. I guess we could concede. That's not fun, though. I'm just going to keep putting things onto the board instead. This is silly, guys. And then we'll have the Holy Cow for their turn, too. Okay, no attacks. So they have the flyers in the air. We have the extra tokens there. We're flipping that. That's actually really sick. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Wait, they still don't have lethal. They need to... Okay, never mind. They do, because Go for the Throat hits the Holy Cow. What a match, huh? Yeah, the matches that go on for so long, these always remind me why I play aggro, right? As the game goes on, my brain just turns to pudding. Turns to a pile of mush, and it's kind of like, it's really hard for me to actually keep up properly. Aha, I will hit that Nissa. Take that, Nissa. Oh, also, now that their Go for the Throat's gone... Oh, they're not going to destroy one of our enchantments. They're going to go for the 7/7. Okay. Guys, we survived the turn. Yeah, we survive. Unless they have another Go for the Throat in hand. They're going up to 9 here. We're going to chump the Atraxa. We restock our hand. You know what? Massive props to the deck for actually having a whole bunch of just great things going on here, huh? Okay, pass to the blocking step. Holy Cow blocks you. And then we can double block one of you. And then 1, 2, hit 2 more to Nissa. Maybe it's like 2 more to face, actually. Or maybe we double block Fooly here on the ground to get rid of both of these. If we take the 7... It's too bad we're having so much trouble dealing with this Atraxa, huh? It's too bad. I'll probably just poke 2 more. Okay. This is fine. So we're taking 6 down to 3. You guys like how I said, like, I want this game to be over, but then I'm still, like, trying to think of how to survive? I can't help it. And then probably 2 to Nissa, especially since the opponent's back up to 45. Man, it was essential for them to get rid of this city on fire, guys. And we knew it was, like, another piece of removal was coming for it eventually. The Beanstalk, huh? How many cards do they have left? They have 28 cards remaining. I don't think we'll survive long enough to deck them out. At this point, though, you never know, huh? Okay, Virtue Persistence, yep. And passing it back. It is a burn down the house. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, it's too bad that the burn down the house just isn't dealing with this Atraxa. In other words, that'd be wild. Hold up. What if they block? That's a possibility. That's a big possibility. If we go 1, 2, 3 to you, bring to face 2. What they want to do is not block here. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good board wipe. They don't know what's in our hand, of course, but like this is a really good board wipe because we take out the Nissa too that they just tried to save, and then now we get the Mirrex down to start generating there as well. We have 14 permanents, unfortunately. They dropped the GG for them or for us. I guess they might have. Oh, okay. Well, let's get the draw first because we could see a Lightning Helix to gain life. Welcome's kind of wild, huh? Wait a minute. Do I have... I mean, this would fizzle out anyways, but I'm going to do it while we can. We're just like playing everything to the absolute max. Yeah, we still take the damage, but they don't get the life gain from the Archangel because the lifelink won't be on the board anymore, right? GG opponent, 22 minutes. I'm pretty sure I missed lethal damage with 21 damage on the Uprising, but You never know. Maybe I've just been saying that for no reason. Maybe that white source with their removal was open still, so. Very good game opponent, very good. I could have played that one out much, much better. Yeah, there were so many things that the deck was letting me do that I was kind of like looking past. Like a lot of different... I don't want to call this necessarily utility, but just, you know, a lot of different options in general throughout that whole game. It was good. It was excellent. Yeah, I think the deck was actually really doing a thing there. Okay, we go first. High Noon right away. We should keep this just in case because we obviously want to actually have High Noon do a thing other than just get removed. And this might be the last game of the evening because that was a 22-minute game. Oh, no, guys. We might get a couple more in, though. And going first here tells us it's probably not mono red. Okay, okay. Get that High Noon down, although I'm not sure how much the High Noon's going to tax Orzhov. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of moments where they do a thing on their turn, and they could still do a thing on our turn, too. We're pretty far from the burn down the house, even though double burn down the house usually does good. All right, third mana right on time. Very nice. All right, wedding announcement, start doing the thing for me. Depending on the type of Orzhov, I guess the High Noon could really tax them. Blast Zone. Passing back, fourth mana, you don't mind seeing it. It's very likely just going to be announcement, though, for the turn. Start with the swing, see if, like, an Elspeth's Smite comes out of their hand or something. Because that would be their one card, so. I guess we'll add a white source here. And keep the Vantage open. Yeah, no blue over there, so... what takes care of enchantments for Orzhov? Destroy Evil, right? I think Destroy Evil is one that they run. Hopeless Nightmare. Try to. Huh. Alright. I don't know what we want to see off the top, because, like, 5th mana would be fine and dandy. Like, Burn Down the House Devils is fine, I guess. Path of Peril, you monster. Luckily, we're able to go ahead and reestablish... Oh, quite nicely, I see. My goodness, dude. Triple wedding announcement. I mean, that's been gross since it came out, so... That's definitely what we do. Yeah, that's... that's pretty disgusting, man. One's about to flip too, so. High Noon, triple wedding announcement. That's all we need. Don't need anything else after that. 5th mana comes down from the opponent. That is a... I want to say this is an unlucky... Oh, deadly cover-up. Okay, a couple board wipes. I say their lineup was unlucky, but maybe they have a lot of, like, artifacts packed in, too. Alright, so we'll get 2 more. We'll have Mirrex open as well. Okay. Double board wipe isn't holding us up quite yet. Other announcement flips, and hopefully we get more token generation, or a 5th mana for the burn down the house, too. 6 mana comes down. And they find another black source here. Yeah, Field of Ruin, Mirrex, and the Blast Zone. Yeah, I guess we don't know what's in the opponent's deck, but I was going to call that unlucky. Farewell. Oh no, guys. That is brutal losing all that. Alright, we're going to go for that Mirrex token. Luckily, the opponent's starting to fizzle out a little bit. Do I even want to drop creatures at this point? I mean, I guess so. We gotta go, bro. We gotta go before they find another board wipe. In other words, this could be really, really bad. Aclizotes. Okay. We have the exile on Aclizotes with a mana. There we go. All right. Or we could have exiled the Helix too, but X is 5, exile Aclizotes for sure. No question about it. Skedaddle on out of here, Aclizotes. Get out of the game. And then swing for 4. Oh, do they have something here? Oh, I don't know what that could have been, but if it was like protection or something for the Aclizotes, then that would have been game. Comes down to 9. All right. All right, let's see it. Dude, good thing Blast Zone comes in with a counter, huh? Other words, like we would have been hit by triple board wipe. Oh, extra damage on the land. Not bad. We have Mirrex open with the Lightning Helix, and we want to do that after the fact, too. Down to 8. Come on, guys. We can get there. We can totally get there. Oh, quadruple board wipe is what it would have been, because we got hit with Path of Peril, Deadly Cover-Up, and a Farewell. Yeah, good thing that comes in with a counter, huh? So we have, yep, we have everything open. We want to do it after the fact. No, they're going to hit that now, huh? Okay. Well, we should use it before it goes anywhere. This does thin out the deck too, and we still have the 3 on the Lightning Helix as well. Let's grab a white source, yep. Yeah, 3 damage. So I guess at this point now, if they do wipe this board again, they're probably pretty happy. Luckily, their 1/1 does not block, so we don't have to like take care of their blocker or something. Oh, Field of Ruin. And they also have Restless Fortress. All right, GG opponent, we got there, guys. That's brutal. It's always great to get there against a Farewell, first of all, and that Farewell was particularly bad. Like hitting the 3 wedding announcements, that was pretty brutal stuff. We're about 37 minutes in. I feel like the games showcased the deck well enough, but I kind of want to get one more, so we're gonna push it a little overtime. A win or lose, I'm pretty satisfied with how the deck has played out. Not so much satisfied with how I played the deck out, but that's okay. I take much more pride in the deck building, more so than my plays, luckily, so. All right, opponent goes first. All right, we'll give this a shot, huh? I don't think this is a necessarily bad hand, so. Human. Sundown Pass. Boros humans. Thalia. Oh no. That taxes everything. Okay, good thing we saw reinforcements. But it doesn't block the Thalia well. But at least we have something to do here, you know? Guard. Yeah, the extra tax is pretty rough. Should I chump for the turn? No, not yet. Not chumping just yet. Okay. Another red source there. Lightning Helix could hit Vanguard. But we'd have to pay the extra ward for the Thalia, and this is very similar concept for when anything else comes down here too. This is going to be an uphill battle for sure, dude. If they get like anything else on this board that taxes us, like a second Vanguard would probably just be a nail in the coffin, right? Oh, we'd have to Helix right away. Eee. Okay, we should Helix the first Vanguard then. We go back up to 20, which is pretty good, and we can start chump blocking now too. Welcome comes down next turn. If we wanted to start drawing off of that by generating creatures with the Wandering Emperor. Thalia making our hand really, really expensive is pretty brutal, so burn down the house. That'll come in handy. I'm just going to set up with the welcome because I don't think we're going to die in the next couple turns, especially when we're keeping chump blockers back and whatnot too. Yeah, we have the 6 mana for the burn down the house when it comes time. Udokathar, take the reinforcements away. Okay, yep, this board wipe's going to be good, but we have to survive and actually get everything down here. Okay, hear me out. we go Wandering Emperor on our turn, because if we don't, they could play 3rd Vanguard and then the ward. Well, no, because we can -2. The 2/2 still blocks well enough. This is just +1/+0. We might want to block the Cathar and wait on the burn down the house. Plus it when we generate the creature too. Okay, hopefully Wandering Emperor actually lands on their turn too. Oh, it goes to nighttime as well. That could be bad. So if we Wandering Emperor on our turn, we would have had the draw. All right, because I suppose it could be an Interrupter, right? Haven't seen that being played yet, but we'll go for the block on the Vanguard and draw on the... Yeah, that's what we'll end up doing, right? Right? No? Maybe? Yes. Yeah. I want the draw on the Welcome. We could do the draw on the Welcome on our turn too then, if that's what we wanted. High Noon, that could come in handy. So we'll take 6 down to 9. And then we'll exile the Thalia instead of the draw. Luckily, everything hits without any issues. Okay, City on Fire. We'll exile Thalia. Have the other Wandering Emperor open. Oh, the Moonrage Brute's a problem, dude. That's a problem. Maybe we just start with the draw and not worry about exiling Thalia. 5. If we exile Thalia, we'll have 5 for the burn down the house if we want to get some chump blockers down. Okay, that's actually good because we're gaining 2 as well, and the second Wandering Emperor is key here, I would say. It lands, that's good news. And now we just get some chump blockers down instead of worrying about wiping the board because we draw on the Welcome. So we're staying nice and stocked up here. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to keep Seat of the Empire as utility. No attacks. Mirrex token for the turn from the opponent, I'm assuming. Yeah, not too bad. I feel like the opponent's flooding out a little bit, for sure. Yeah, calling human again. Yeah, a little bit of a flood, so a little bit lucky. That's why we were able to risk it and just get chump blockers down instead of worrying about a board wipe. And no swing because we can triple block the Brute and get around the first strike with the damage from the Devils. Crap, dude. High Noon would have been really, really good if we would have known they were about to dump all this, you know? So we have the Exile now on the Cathar. Okay, how do we want to do this? We want to start with the draw. Oh, burn down the house, bro. Holy cow. Holy cow, dude. Okay, that's really good. All right, so we start with the swing because they might not block. We get an extra 2 through here. Burn down the house. Here it comes. Reinforcements comes back. We get a draw, 2 more damage. Poke. Poke, they have 1 card remaining. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Alright, we'll get that land down. Welcome's kind of wild in here, dude. Welcome's really good, isn't it? I feel like it's doing a lot for us. Warden and nothing. Okay. Mirrex from us. We have City on Fire available now. So Mirrex and City on Fire is probably okay for the turn, but I'm actually, never mind. I'm going to take the turn to just establish more setup. 1, 2, 3 on the Mirrex, draw 2. Right? High Noon could still be cool. But we'll keep Mirrex and the Wandering Emperor open and no attacks. Passes back. The opponent has so much mana too. Pretty much anything off the top would be great for them. Also, just generating extra tokens with the Mirrex on their side is pretty good as well. So I think there's a great reason for the opponent to actually stay in this. Resolute Reinforcements on their turn. Okay. Yeah, High Noon's a little late in the game, but it could still be a great amount of extra damage once the City on Fire is on the board too. Okay. Giving Warden Vigilance and getting it into the air could be huge for the opponent. So they probably want to wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we could draw 2, but we're just gonna, yeah, GG opponent. Yeah, I felt the concede coming after the Wandering Emperor, unfortunately, even though I really wanted to play that out. And if we had to play that out, I think that was heavily leaning towards us, guys. We got the win rate up to a 50% at the very least. And I'll tell you what, it kind of felt good. Oh, I was gonna look at the battlefield there, but accidentally clicked through it. All right, well, either way, let's go ahead, talk about the list one more time. Yeah, the first games, like, it's one thing to get run over by mono red. That's going to happen like pretty much regardless of the deck because, you know, we have early ways of surviving mono red, I would say, quite effectively. A lot of life gain packed into on the Holy Cows, the Flankers, the Helix, that this March of the Otherworldly Light actually acting as successful early removal there against that mono red match too. You get to see Final Showdown today, and the spree on this is pretty wild. So spree, you get to choose one or more additional costs. So it's always going to be that 1 mana at the top, 1 white mana. Instant speed for the additional cost of 3 and double white, destroy all creatures. So 6 mana, instant speed, destroy all creatures. Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Against that Atraxa build, this would have been so good. So good. Actually, might have pulled us right back. Right? Maybe. We did have a lot of mana. There's other stuff on here too, like +1, all creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. And another +1 here, choose a creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Honestly, do we want 2 of these? I don't know, because we weren't able to successfully test it today. And if I did end up missing lethal damage in that second game with the Uprising, if we would have actually been able to just lose that 1 to mono red and win 3 in a row, I think that says a lot about the build. It actually just felt pretty good overall. And then I just could have piloted it much better, I would say. And there's actually a lot going on here too. It's a lot of decisions to be had. Tocasia's welcome. Yes, we want this as a 2 of. I don't think we definitely don't want to drop it. I do think the 2 was well worth it. Keeping our hand nice and stocked up was just so good. And it was really easy to keep our hand stocked up too, because there's just so much in the deck slamming onto the board, mana value 3 or less. For creatures, of course, right? So all of our tokens and everything. Yeah, I don't think we want more of these because you start getting too many of these, and I think that gets a little excessive, and then you end up drawing into more welcomes off of the first welcomes, and you just really don't want to see that when you really just want to see more burn down the house or something, you know? So, High Noon, we weren't able to sacrifice for 5 damage. Apparently, it has a target on its back. And then in that last game, it showed up a little bit too late where we were just doing some other stuff a little bit better, even though it would have been pretty good. Like the opponent was still spamming a lot of stuff onto the board. So like High Noon actually still would have done a thing, but I think we had better options in those turns. But it's still like, yeah, we still had so much to do in that last game. If the opponent stayed in it, like City on Fire was going to come down, I would say. And we would have had the High Noon. We would have had to wait a turn probably to activate its ability, but that would have been so much extra damage. Everything is so much extra damage when City on Fire is on the board. And we got to talk about like the number of enchantments in here too, huh? As there is a lot of enchantment removal, but like that we can't say. And then the Virtue of Loyalty too. Earlier, I said like, oh, it's important to rearrange your wedding announcements to the top, right? For some reason, I thought Virtue of Loyalty was the card we were rearranging for on the board, even though this wasn't on the board. So like at the beginning of your end step, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. You want to make sure that the wedding announcement token hits the board before everything gets the counter. So I guess it's good practice to rearrange all your token generation to the top. And it's the same concept if you have the welcome too, I guess, right? Like, token generation to the top before any other triggers, just so you get more draws before the extra triggers go off. I guess, like, you know, it's good practice overall. Anyways, yeah, so we got the Virtue of Loyalty in here as well. Where's our instant speed thing? Where's our sort? You know what? We're just going to sort all of this real quick while we're here. So instant speed things, flash things. Okay. So there's our sorceries, burn down the house. Definitely worthwhile, huh? I don't think we want to cut any of these, and I don't think we want to go up any different board wipes either. Although, like more generic board wipes that hit more things that are like just, you know, depopulate and stuff like that. Like we could talk about those, we could consider those, but I like the deck requires these devils, I would say. You know what I mean? As one of our main win conditions with City on Fire, or just like in general, just having those devils just is just always good. So yeah, that being the only sorcery in here is totally fine. As far as instants and flash things, unfortunately, we weren't actually able to like pull off having High Noon and then having like a lot of extra, I guess at that point, tempo against the opponent, where we're doing a thing on our turn, keeping open the mana on their turn, doing a thing on their turn, and now we're just completely outpacing the opponent. Although I do think that the deck is more than capable of doing that. Excuse me. So yeah, a lot of enchantment removal in standard right now. You know, every time you see green, you gotta be prepared that Who Endures is gonna take out something on your side at some point. A lot of removal that hits anything too, and we have been seeing a lot more March of the Otherworldly Light as well in control lists. So all of that takes care of enchantments quite effectively, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to play with enchantments. It might mean that we don't want to play with too many expensive enchantments. But that's why we only have like 2 City on Fires instead of all 4. I mean, you know, if you had all 4 of these, it would clog up your hand at some point, and then you're not getting like tokens on the board either. So, as far as everything else, yeah, it would feel pretty bad if they remove Stensia's Uprising. But overall, Stensia's Uprising isn't like a high priority target for the opponent. And so they end up taking out something else like a Welcome, for example, since that's restocking your hand every turn. For the Stensia's Uprising, you know, it's going to generate some amount of value before the opponent finally decides, okay, I guess that's worth removing. Kind of what I'm getting from that, right? As I think they'd even value taking out Announcement before the Uprising too. Interesting list, guys. Yeah, overall, we probably want to consider it jank, but also I kind of feel like it's good, and like I said, a lot during this video already. I feel like I could have played it out much better as well. So maybe a little bit of more practice with the build, and I could have showcased it a bit better. But I think the deck did just a great job showcasing itself. So yeah, overall, not too shabby, huh? I think it's pretty expensive though, right? So wait, hold on. I don't like how I rearranged it there. I think it is pretty expensive. You might still want to put it on the do not craft list, as I still think it is leaning towards jank. I don't think we can, I mean, for one thing, we definitely can't consider it a meta build, but like at the same time, yeah, High Noon's a new rare as well. Final Showdown is mythic. Wandering Emperor, of course, mythic. Burn Down the House is a rare that's going to be rotating soon. Stensia's Uprising, same concept. Welcome sticking around. Wedding Announcement is a rare that's going to be rotating soon as well, right? When I say soon, I feel like it's not that soon, but it's this year for sure. Guys, let me know in the comments, what month is rotation? Is it August this year? That's not too far away overall. We're going to blink. And rotation is going to be upon us. So yeah, I'd probably still put it on the do not craft list then, especially since we're losing so much. Sundown Pass is another rare that we'll be losing this year as well. So, okay, guys. Hey, enough rambling. Oh, and thank you again for the patron suggestion. Guys, make sure you check out the description where we have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. I always bring this up. The main reason to check out that Patreon is this, right? Is the fact that I prioritize patron suggestions before any other suggestions. It goes patron suggestions, then Discord suggestions, then comment suggestions. And while I do my damnedest to get around to most of them, a lot of them do fall through the cracks, unfortunately, especially at the beginning of a new set, as I'm just I'm unable to actually get around to everything. So, okay, guys, enough rambling, huh? I will see you in the next video.